Congratulations, the 2018 NFL season on EA Sports is underway. On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Down sideways at the 17-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back. Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. William Hayes coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here's John Ryan now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Let's take it inside his own 40. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the All-Pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
First carry for Thomas Rawls. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. Now Wilson. They set up the screen to Rawls. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like that.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Wake with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Here's John Ryan now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. He'll return it from the 6. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They go to Johnson again. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sideline.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Returnable for Lockett. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a 1st down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a 1st down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson to throw. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Well, surprise, surprise, partner. No, we know it's not a surprise. When you try to complete a pass against this Cardinals defense, there's a reason that they are known as the no-fly zone.
They begin the drive with Johnson. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, third. No, Jack, Patriot.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Let's go. Boom, landed.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Again, it's Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
No, check. Patriot. Leopard. No, check. Patriot. Detroit.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football, and they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Johnson on the counter. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals are in for 6. And he'll bang that one through. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On second down, Rawls. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Back to the ground on first. Again, it's Rawls. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A gain of 3, second down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
Drops it underneath for Rawls. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
First down, this is Rawls. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
In motion left is Baldwin. They go again with Rawls. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, Wilson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On now, it's Blair Walsh as he'll try the field goal here. From the right hash, this from 53. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Here we go.
Slot man moves right. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Seven yards remaining here on 3rd down.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from the desert after this.
Here we go.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. They'll set up to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl quarterback, Richard Sherman. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Now they go screen, it's complete. Nothing on the screen that time, now it's 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it. Somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
Johnson, and oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. To throw is Wilson. Throwing again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalty.
And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Risky.
It is so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so genius.
In this case, not so genius, but I do admire that he went for it.
The slot man in motion right.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Underneath for Johnson. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Here we go now.
Halfback sent in motion. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39, Leopard.
He'll look to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
The Cardinals on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8.
Let's go. 319. 319. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now back to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. The intended receiver was David Johnson.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So it was the defense that jumped, and that'll move them 5 yards closer.
I wonder how they did it. What if they twitched a little bit up front, you know, a little subtle head movement that the officials didn't detect, but they got it done. Now they're 5 yards closer for their field goal attempt.
And someone must have been in this hot sun a little too long. They've got the punt team out there, and just to clarify, it is not 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you on to Orlando, we hook back up with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Second down following the run. Little motion now from the tight end. Johnson running right. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. He'll look to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They try the left side with Johnson. Oh, he shifts past him. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. 6 yards. Here we go. Blue landed. Blue landed. Back down in Philly. Here we go. No. Check. Patriot.
They'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Now it's Lockett. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll try to get the running game going with Rawls. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a toss. This is Rawls. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Attempt carry for Thomas Rawls. And a loose football. Rawls loses it. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
And he knocks it through. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says try something different, try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On is the punter, Ryan, to send this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Dumping it off for Johnson. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll bring up a second down. The play fake. He'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Cardinals on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And he motions the wide receiver. Looking to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
This is taken at the 23. 51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On first down, Wilson. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Wilson now to throw again. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Seahawks on third down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. And able to find Graham, complete. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now Wilson on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. Throwing again here. Wilson forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And that is incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down, lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Here we go now. Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard! No. Green! Patriot! Green! Back 99 Philly! Here we go!
He'll drop to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 48. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. And he's brought down. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A good pickup there at 22. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. Wilson will throw again. And that's incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spend too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. And now it's 2nd down. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'd be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
They'll try to run with Rawls. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Thomas Rawls taking it in from a yard out. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. And that one makes it 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. On the toss, here's Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now a handoff, Johnson. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, standing just about on his own goal line. Fielded just inside the 30. Still shedding tackles. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. 7 yards to go on second down. Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early, and then you kind of relax a little bit, to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And that's the play, that pick by Mathieu, that will seal this football game.
The Honey Badger does it again. And I think one of the best nicknames that's ever been given. Just so inspired. He may not care, as Honey Badgers don't, but he understands how to get around the ball, and he just sealed another victory.
How do you know about the mental psyche of a Honey Badger?
That's always been the expression. The Honey Badger, he doesn't care.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down.
All right, here we go.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he'll get nothing out of that one. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Seahawks. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. They'll look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Back to throw. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
And, partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Arizona, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Cardinals as we say so long from Glendale.